So now this has become so critical. Critical in the sense that raw minerals, why do they call it raw minerals? At least I don't get it. Real earth minerals. I don't get it. Is it that oh baby now is it not easy to come by those rare earth minerals? As in semi Ghana, ebi ni Ghana asase mu ana, ebi ni Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria, Togo, ebi any Canada, Europe, ebi ni ho ana. It's not like say ebi ni ho, ebi all over. But the name rare earth should tell you something. Say it's not so common to come by, but it's so common also to come by. In the processing and everything involved, it takes time, a longer time, and some way to me. In the early 1998, 80s, 98, there or 80s there, now United States of America was the biggest producer of this raw earth minerals we are talking about. And these minerals, they are all found in the on the periodic table. We have helium, boron, magnesium, what, hydrogen, helium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen. You know, Charlie is plenty of those. So on the periodic table, no, from the 57th to the 71st of the table, no, you find this raw earth minerals there. Yeah, you find them there. And now the biggest producer, China. They are the biggest miners too. Just like I said, it's 1998 more baby, 98 there, 80s there, now American biggest producer now. Now Oko Europa, they had one of the biggest production or like refinery chamber for this. As in, they have one of the biggest processing plant ɛwɔ ewiase na ɛwɔ Europe. They yes I know my way. And now, where is it in Europe? Why is it like that? A month will be bringing and say, and no maybe say no. You know, I did a little bit of business and my Indian lecturer I could share me say with a bad normal production there, sometimes to cut costs and to save money, no, you weigh what you produce, the cost involved, everything, and you compare to other manufacturer or producer. So oh dear no oboka, you have to weigh and see so can make a far ha. Ebia me moka te said ye me boka na you hot odiano, then you go elsewhere to seek for you outsource for whatever you want. So that's how most countries are doing now. Countries we bring out, they know how to produce stuffs, especially the Europeans, Asia or America. Most of advanced or developing countries now, they know things by heart. As in, we know so can we anyway boomer a bit me my real earth. The real earth, you know, and yet just a different friend is saying compounds. Anna, I'm not a scientist, but I'm just trying to explain it a bit. Anna moke kabuma omodi ASA anyway. Yeah, and you know, so bet now kuma producer and nebo be. Why don't you outsource? And China also, they have now, they have the biggest, they are the biggest miners. They mine about 61% or 62%. Oh, compare we are seeing now, baby, mining this raw earth now. Or more mining like 61% or 62% in China. And they are also one of the biggest producers, as in after mining everything, they don't sell it elsewhere. they sit there and make sure say they sit there and they make sure say oh ade a mining yɛnyɛ wɔ ha sei yɛmfa nkɔ bi kurom. They did that for a purpose because say no ewiase no everything is at that time was US no. Let's generate some means here. It will attract people here. So they decided to start building factories or places that they will be able to use to refine whatever they are mining. They have the capacity now. Let me say it that way. They have the capacity in terms of mining, refinery, everything. They have the capacity. And they are doing it so big, say, other nations, so people were rather moving to China to get these stuffs and at a cheaper cost. So money be say US money, other countries, Brazil might be on the crew. Australia, they have some in their country, but no, these people are doing it at a cheaper price. Let's abandon ours. US and North Carolina, they have some mining companies who are they mine some of these and other normal deposited in the earth. Yeah. But abandon mining sites, refinery and all that, went to China. And now China has leverage on it to expand and become the number one global producer producer of these friends, rare earth. And this rare earth, no, everybody they have phones. Speakers say what phones you cannot go by, say, me you see rare earth, magnets na no, ni rare earth, and that they here normal be pre, as in even weapons that precise missiles be precise precision to be accurate. You have to get some magnets, GPS, all that attached, blah blah blah. The satellites they use, cars, trains, and nobody they use this raw earth to do it. So it's a big deal. Say now technology is revolving around this thing. If we are or producing manufacture normal, they are all going in for this. And now China is saying, say, because of the trade war and all that with America, no, say, or the abase, ube pibia, you have to bring your documentations and say you're certified, then whatever you want to use it for, they know Americans have been using these stars for weapons. Americans have been producing a lot of weapons. They are the biggest weapon producers and biggest when it comes to weapons. So now China doing this, it means America, where are you going to get a furnace, the raw materials to do your weapons, your B-3 bombers, those fighter jets, warships, those normally they are being focused on these. And even electronic vehicles are about a busuno. And people are watching. Say, hey, now China is also trying to dominate European markets, and Chinese EV electronic vehicles across Europe than even Elon Musk's own. Elon Musk cried on 1 year and sometime because of the politics, the fast Trump and people were punishing him for that because no, you can't do that. Most people don't like how Trump was managing things, especially imposing tariffs on one allies and great people they collaborate to do things. So I'm saying, we'll show you Pepe. And now China is saying, and normal now be here no ubechim the other way. Donald Trump saying the nianje anyane de. And one was no, I will impose 100% tariffs on China because they're more kind of annoying to do. And it's true annoying because where is America going to get those normally to produce on one weapons, tech, everything, satellites, spaceships, everything. Okunya no man way. It's not easy to get them. And America, though will be on assassin will be to me mine there, but it takes years, 25 years to even mine and doing those. It takes years to get there. You know, it's not just on the surface near it did deep near there. And after getting them, to also refine and all that, it takes years. Someone be 20 years become whole cry. So just imagine. A move what America Castle was say chassis beam, aye, beamer, etu, beamer, unless they substitute it for other minerals. Americans are saying, some are saying, say they have other minerals they can fall on. You know, in America, they produce these chips. Chips are the technology, laptops, phones, cars, a whole lot. American technology. And they use so much in there, and they send some to China near there. Trump earlier about 2018 there, no, yes, he had a trade war with China, and some are able to naman as abebim. Obane Huawei, this Chinese company said no, more products because there was a competition, and who said no, the way these people are also producing stuff, they will take over. They are tech giants. It will trauma super free America whole, and also I'm making sure say Americans should not send their chips to them. They should not sell their chips to them. So how do they manufacture their phones and all that? And not other China and preparing a home was normal way. What relax here now? Also really or catch Trump say real earth no. Trump will go free. You did some to them. And okay say me chips and mama Taiwan or produce chips. Any idea Trump made them know say no. Any price because China. Chinese were using some for robots, for manufacturing and all that. They designed the robots with these chips. Yes, so make me manufacture cars and all that. They say they are advancing fast. Technology, they are so smart people. And now, I think they do so say China also very retaliating, and this is very massive. It's a big blow. So I know one will be choked, and normal of course either America or China. One will be choked, and they will force each other to come back to the table. America is a supreme country. Yeah, their supremacy is high. China is also getting there, but Omunina is so strong in their own way. Say, we support you, we support you, then things will be moving and going in kakra. But you can say, it will affect the world also, because this normal moyeno tariffs way this it will affect production, and when production is being affected, the increase of price will also come in. Yeah, Africa had the produce and manufacture, so we are going to suffer more because surprises of things cost right. How do we survive? Though China, the people are saying China is winning the war nearly, but they are also going to cry at one end because America is their biggest market. American, yes, more than even sending it to the continent Europe, sending to Africa, sending to Asia. America outside, no, America is their biggest. So Charlie, no be easy. And yeah, for send it. I'm out for getting say, oh, China is winning. No, China no. Also, ho kika no. No so. Take it do you have to say drastic or stance way to make sure say Charlie, I'm not going to go down. Say Oyonko push you to the wall. You also try to fight hard to liberate yourself. So China is also fighting hard. So also, yeah. And also, I know if it was to be any other country, be America, ever try to move ready. Yeah, China, America can try that. Because yeah, America on that's in shot. The last thing of them say, Charlie, let's fight. Whoever wins. Yeah, but China also across. China is also trying. They have weapons. Now they have a weapon called 61. 61, it may carry it's a missile. It may carry 61 nuclear warheads, and also they say they now have hydrogen bomb, which the world has never had before. Sometimes I do say Americans, they don't parade their weapons near others, so we cannot say America will be an onibi unless say BSC, just like Hiroshima, Nagasaki, whatever happened. Two bomb shaky honor will be any some more nuclear weapons or more pass it. So yeah, that one is also there. But normal way cause to trade war. Now my impose way, my essay, it's we in Africa that will suffer. And also Africa, no, or be take care for your gold, your resources be Chinese Korea, ebe tuni fala, Ghana Haiti, or mu saying so and SAS, not only Ghana, Kenya, other places in Africa. But we are be my sa a raw earth minerals here making your mutu or China. And so it's very dirty, very dirty. A saying so, and the chemicals, a saying so. Until they make sure say baby or more air mine no any point say amount for sure that but you still find people and as I simple normal it travels in so necessary, you know. It may produce radioactive chemicals via it's not good for humans. And yeah, uranium, it's not good for humans, but still they are on it because they are using it for technology. I just hope that Africa will learn something from this and normal cosy. Everybody is trying to leverage to be relevant. What is AU doing? African leaders, what are you doing? Your resources are more. Yeah, Africans, Ghanaians, the resources. You see Chinese coming in, trooping in, Westerners trooping in, almost everything. Meanwhile, their own almost sure they are protecting them. Who say things if things are not going their way. If this is your first time here, Charlie, please do the needful, subscribe to this and share with some family and friends. Thank you very much. This is PB Sencherey Creators Hub.